Hello, friends. How are you all? Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the second episode of KFD&D. Thanks, Burger Bun, for the host that just showed up, and we appreciate it. Hi, everybody in chat. It's great to see you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Going to cover a couple of things that's happening on the channel first, and then we'll get into, I think our characters maybe we're in some kind of situation. I don't know. It might have been important. Who knows? Who can keep up with it all? Anyway, so we have a lot happening on the channel this week. It's a holiday week, but we, want to be here for you in case you're bored and need something to do. So tomorrow night, we are going to stream Among Us once again. It was hugely popular last week. It was super fun. I don't think Jillian's mentioned this on channel yet, but to her, it feels the closest to an actual in-person game night that we've had since this pandemic started. Just the accusing each other of being imposters and the running around and just all the general craziness. So we really like it, and we hope you like it too. So if you want to play with us, I think we have a couple of spots left. Hop into our Discord and let us know, and we'll be happy to have you on stream. We don't really care, we're a community. That's what we're trying to be. So with that, we also have Jackbox. It seems like people like that too. So we're going to do a Jack Friday instead of Black Friday. Really clever. Once again, credit goes to my beautiful wife, Jillian. We're going to play some Jackbox games, have some fun. We'll probably have a cocktail, and we haven't thought of it yet, so it's going to be based on whatever I have in the liquor cabinet. So expect bourbon, maybe ice. Who knows? We have our merch store still going up. Most of the items are no longer on sale, but we have a new, the KFD bunch with our beautiful character art by Burger Bun, aka Bethany, aka Chime. And yes, some of the merch is finally coming in as Meat Handlebars is showing off his amazing mug. Look at that Chime notebook. You know what? This stuff isn't as cool as this character art. That's the cool part of it. That's the stuff I love seeing. So check out the merch store. And I know it's a little bit cheesy, but I do want to cover what we're thankful for this week. It's been a hard year for everybody, and I want to make sure we start on a positive note. So I am super thankful for the community we're building. When it comes to these players, when it comes to you all in the chat, you all have been beyond supportive, and I cannot begin to thank you. Our merch store has already sold more than I thought it would ever sell. We have subscribers. We have so many followers right now. We're all in a really bad situation where we can't spend time together, and this has been adequate, more than adequate, really. I love getting to play D&D with these 5 players. They are some of my favorite people. I love getting to play games with my wife. I love playing with all of you. So I'm thankful for all of that. I'm thankful for having a family that supports me, so thank you guys. But let's find out about our characters and our players and what they're thankful for. So Bethany, what you got?
So, my name is Bethany. You'll see me in the chat as Burger Bun. I just hit affiliate, which is super cool. So come and watch me sometime. And today I'm playing Chime. She is a Kenku rogue, so she only speaks through mimicry. So you'll see her make different noises from stuff that she's heard, and she also has a couple of phrases that she has memorized. And she is on this journey completely by accident. She's used to doing petty thievery from the ships down at the dock, and this isn't the first ship that she's accidentally ridden out on, but she did not realize that getting on this one means that she's not getting back home. And this year right now, I think I'm really thankful for just having a group of friends, because this is definitely a time where a lot of people are just feeling really, really lonely, and I don't have to go through that, which sounds a little selfish now that I'm saying it like that. But I am so thankful that I have all of these friends, and that, they've got this community building. And also, obviously, for my health and a job, the blanket statements.
Oh, we're thankful for you too. That was sweet. Thank you. Let's go with. So I also realized that the pages I had set up for you all. I didn't check those, and the Zoom is off. So
I saw that.
I'm gonna try to fix them as we go. But Hamed, nope, that's not Hamed. Okay, we'll have you go next, and I'll see if I can fix it while we're talking.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hamed. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. I play a large duck. He is a humanoid duck of a species that we created from scratch called the Anatoids. And his name is Kenneth Mandrake Duckian III, but you can call him Kenduckian for short. And he is on this voyage to the new continent to look for his brother, Howard, who is a brilliant, savvy business duck who wanted to start a bunch of inns along the coast, but never came back, never sent word, and has an entire pond of family members who miss him. And so Ken, who is a paladin of the Order of the Pond, has taken it upon himself to find his brother and has gone on the ship. But as he is, a soldier or a knight of deep faith, he cannot stand by when he sees innocent people suffering and will do anything. Mind you, he has kind of a backwards way of going about it sometimes. He can be a little impetuous and he can be sometimes a downright jerk, but ultimately his intentions are good. This year, I am thankful for a gentleman named Gary Gygax, who, along with a bunch of friends in the basement somewhere in Wisconsin or Minnesota in the 70s, created Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm also thankful for the people who introduced me to it. A gentleman named Callus Ferguson and Katie Anderson, who introduced me to our DM, Donald. Yes. And got me hooked up with this amazing, fun version of group storytelling that I've gotten a lot out of. Met some really cool people. I've practiced a lot of problem solving and attempts at improv and other skills that I think are just pretty awesome once you get the hang of it. So if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons and would like to get interested, make a comment on our Discord and we'll tell you more about it. It is a lot of fun.
Don't mean to interrupt you. I don't know if you guys are all aware. The whole point of us doing this Twitch channel originally was to support a side business I was trying to start up of running D&D sessions for money. Because I think DMing is definitely a skill. I don't know if you guys can agree with that or not.
Yes.
Yes.
And we were all set to go right before a convention in town to launch this business. And, then COVID hit. And the virtual thing, I had no experience doing. So you guys were all my practice dummies on how do I run a game virtually for D&D, and now we're just continuing it. So sorry if you guys want to check it out. It is KentuckyFriedDice.com. You can spell it Kentucky or just KY the abbreviation. We're trying to make it easy. Didn't mean to interrupt, but that was a great opportunity for me. So thanks, Hamed.
No interruption at all. I had completed my statement. Thank you, though.
All right, I think we're going to go with Cheryl next.
All right. Good evening, morning, afternoon, depends on which part of the world you might be in. And we're such a huge channel that I need to address all our fans from across the globe. My name is Cheryl, she, her, hers pronouns, and my character is a Kalashtar bard. Her name is Tambourine when you want to be faster, We're in a dog-eat-dog world. And so I was raised by my great something grandmother who was part dwarf. So I am actually one of the shorter Kalashtar bards. And my whole purpose of this journey is that I've never really known what happened to my parents. I was told they died tragically, but I never really found out why. And part of my character, part of my people's quests in life is to explore and gain knowledge. And it has always been a question I have felt has been left answered, is what happened to my parents. So I was told that this voyage would lead me to that answer. And so I'm excited to find the truth, and I'm also excited to spread my music through the land in whatever shape or form that might be. So I am actually thankful for the internet, without which we would not be here today. And that sounds silly, and it kind of is, but I'm not from the US. So for me, the internet has kept me connected to my family back home, to my partner who also does not live here, and to all of you all who are here today. So I'm very grateful to whoever created the internet and all the people who put all the monies in to keep the internet going. I'm also very thankful for Jillian and Donald who changed my life and they know how. So and now I'm a D&D'er, so do with that what you will.
You guys are so sweet. All right, how about we go with Tim next? Maybe he'll make it not as mushy.
No problem. I'm on it. So, hey, I'm Tim. I go by Me Handlebars in chat. I am playing James Hasbro, who is a feral tiefling blood hunter. If you don't know like D&D lore, then you may not have heard of tieflings, but they're basically part demon, and they can be born by having a demon parent or by having some sort of demon blood or a demon pact further up in your bloodline. So you don't know much about James yet, but he was born to two humans, and he understands that the world is uncomfortable with his race. So he likes to stay in the shadows. He likes to, I mean, it's hard to hide with awesome horns like that, but he tries to keep low key and sit back and observe. So while he is a not think of a blood hunter as kind of like a rogue fighter like class, but you can give up a little bit of his health to change the battlefield. So that's how he likes to play. So yeah, but that's really all you know about James Hasbro right now. So we'll definitely get into that as the story goes. But he's been kind of quiet during the first session. Me personally, I'm super thankful for my awesome wife. I know just health and having a job right now, but especially because I took a new job at the beginning of the year, right before COVID hit, and it was a much needed change for me, and I've been really ecstatic about my new employer and how the community that they're building is really conducive to me, and I've been a lot happier, more energetic since starting this job, and more fulfilled. So and of course, games, internet, PCs, video games, mostly video games, mostly video games, and included in all that, of course, are all my friends who like to play D&D. So cheers.
And last but not least, let's go with Ryan for his character and him.
Hey guys, Ryan here. I am playing the character of Karn Tyr, who is an ASMR monk. For those of you who might not be as familiar with D&D lore, ASMR are basically beings who are somehow descended from celestials. They have a little bit of that in their bloodline. Karn has lived his entire life in a monastery. He was basically left at the door as a child, as a baby specifically. So he does not have the greatest social skills because he's been a monk his entire life. Actively hiding the fact that he is an ASMR because physically at this point there's not a lot of not a lot of evidence for that, but he is setting off for the new continent to try and find out something about it, something about his parents. He's heard some rumors, so he jumped on the ship. Oh. And really, I would say that I'm thankful for a number of reasons for my wife. Not only did she, not only just because she's my wife, but without her, I would have never met Donald and Jillian. Because they were hosting a party. My wife said, "Hey, do you want to go to this with me?" We'd only just started dating at that point. And that's how I met Donald and Jillian. I've learned more about party and board games than I ever thought I could have known. And without her, I wouldn't have been part of this group. And I'm just thankful for all of you guys because this has helped keeping me sane during quarantine.
And with that, how about we do a quick recap, Ryan, for whoever might have missed us last week and how we got where we're at now.
All right. Well, previously on KFD&D, our heroes set out on a voyage to a new continent that's located off the edge of the known world. Some of them are there by choice. Some of them are not. But they set out on their quest. Along the way, they had some meals and maybe a little too much grog with the crew. Everyone's favorite paladin, Ken, decided to challenge one of the crew to some wrestling, and eventually Chime got in on that as well. But they weren't alone on this voyage. There is a Noma ship that was making this journey with them, and they too were floating down to the new continent off the edge of the world. Unfortunately, something happened. Their ship began to break up, and as we left everything, Ken leapt off of the ship that we're on, which unfortunately had the side effect of distracting the wizard, causing the ship to actually float down, and the last we left it, the ship is now plummeting down toward the ocean below.
Sorry.
Are you though? Players, you have anything else you guys want to add to this? I think that was a really great recap.
Great recap.
Yeah.
All right. So should we go ahead and get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. So Ken, as you jump off the ship, and Tape, the wizard who has joined you, reaches a hand out, you suddenly feel significantly lighter, and you notice that you're falling so slow, so calmly. You can see the carnage of the gnomish wreck beneath you, but suddenly, the ship that was next to you begins to plummet at great speeds. Tape the wizard, down on his knees and his hands touching the deck, concentrating with all of his might, starts to focus on the ship, doing whatever he can, starting an arcane incantation in a language that none of you seem to understand. And as the words come out of his mouth, almost the last second, the ship starts to, thanks, Boozehammer. We appreciate the bits there.
Yay.
The ship, distracted by a kitty tail.
Yeah, a little. I just learned to ignore it.
Focus. DM. Bad DM. Focus.
There's a cat though. The ship comes to a almost a stop right above the water, and then slowly settles in. Tape looks at you all, looks up at Ken, who is slowly floating down still. Pure anger in his face. Otherwise, this grandfatherly man who has been very calm and throughout every ordeal so far, turns to the captain, turns to Gore. I'll be in my cabin, and I am not to be disturbed ever again. For a second, Chime, he looks at you, and his eyes almost look like they're sad and remorseful. And he makes eye contact with you for just a brief second. shakes his head and maybe under his breath said, "I'm sorry," but you couldn't quite make it out from your distance. He turns as Ken is still just floating down, just almost to the surface of the water at this point. Turns, heads into his quarters, and slams the door shut. Gore looks at James. "So you want to help the gnomes, eh?"
Not me.
"Oh, you don't want to help the gnomes.
Oh.
I'm fine just going. They know the risk, just like you all do."
I just was shocked. I saw people in distress, and I thought I wanted to help somehow.
Ken, about this point, you've touched down in the water, probably 30 feet from the ship itself, and you're probably a couple 100 feet from the gnomish scattered wreckage at this point. "Well, you helping or not?"
Yes. Let's go.
"Crew, salvage whatever barrels and boxes you can get. If you find a survivor, that's fine too. We need more supplies." The crew jumps into quick action and starts lowering some small boats, which are pitifully small for being out in the open ocean, and you're still not too terribly far from this gigantic waterfall that you came down just moments before. The gnome wreckage is scattered over maybe 500 feet, but there's a relatively large section of the ship that's still partly... it's kind of submerged, but it's not too far below the surface. It hasn't got to that full point yet. From this distance, you can see what looks like maybe some gnomish bodies clinging to just different parts of wreckage. Gore looks again and says, Be quick about it. I don't want to be lollygagging around nightfall. And it looks to me like the sun's just about to set." All right. So there's a total of 3 boats. And let's pull up a map for you guys to see real quick. Who wants to be... There's one boat with Ferenz in it, the dwarven crew member that was wrestling with Ken earlier. You can probably get 3 to 4 people in a boat. They're relatively small. So, anybody want to volunteer to be in a particular boat? We got left, middle, and right, just for easy naming sake.
I volunteer to be in the water. I can jump on my back.
I will be in with Ferenz. Dwarves are generally good-hearted people, and I expect that he will want to help the gnomes as much as I do.
Okay. Rest of the party.
I like to be with my dwarf people. I feel akin to him. Perhaps he has answers to my ancestry.
Oh, perhaps.
Yeah, if at all possible, Chime is going to be in the boat with the least amount of people as possible.
So there's 2 other boats that appear to be mostly empty right now.
Yeah.
Just one of those?
Yeah.
All right. And Karn.
I'll take the leftmost boat since that seems to be the one unoccupied one.
Let's make sure. Can you guys all see this map currently?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. I never named this guy, so we'll give him a name real quick. Just to differentiate him. A couple of their crew members hop in the boats just so you aren't on your own in these boats. Which they don't have any cool names or anything.
Chime looks displeased.
Well, you can't quite be on your own. So let's see how this works out. We're going to try some new stuff. If you guys are watching, like players, if you're watching on the stream, try not to look at the map too closely. There's going to be things that I see that our players don't see it using Roll20. So as you get closer, the water isn't quite as deep as you might have initially thought. It's maybe 40 feet. You can see a decent amount down. It's relatively clear. But just in front of you, it goes to complete darkness as what appears to be a huge crevice or underwater canyon is before you. And there's several gnomes, as I mentioned before, perched on different bits of wreckage. Off to the west, at least on this map, is a huge section of boat, almost the entire aft, which is in decent shape, but it's sinking. So, I mean, decent shape as in it's in one big piece, but it's completely separated from the rest of the boat. So it's not going to do anybody any good at this point. Different scraps of wings and wood, like I said, barrels and crates, and gnomes just waving their arms and trying not to stay underwater for us too long. But most of them are perched on some type of wreckage and seem to be floating. They look relieved that you all did stop for them and have come back and looked. But there's definite terror on their face. Everyone, give me a perception check. And just so we don't go through everybody's numbers all at once, just because that, reading off numbers isn't fun. Who got above a 15?
I did.
I did.
All right. So the two of you seem to notice just small, subtle shifts in the water in various spaces. And with that, roll initiative. You two are not surprised by this.
It's your favorite phrase, isn't it?
I do love roll initiative.
Gotta find my token.
Let me,
There it is. Oh.
Oh, everything's fine, though. Don't worry about it.
Everything's perfectly fine.
Some danger bluegill coming our way.
Oh, what? Would I want to take you guys out in the first combat? Maybe.
Nothing bad ever happened, even saying that.
And chat, please let me know if that music is too loud and you can't hear us talking. And I didn't pull up the chat. There we go. All right, well, I guess they're going last. All right, so out of the water, massive creatures, probably the size of a horse. They look like some type of deformed fish with clawed hands. They're wearing some type of armor with large tentacles coming out of their mouth, huge teeth, beady little eyes, all pop out of the water almost simultaneously. They have large tridents with what looks to be a seaweed kind of chain or a rope attached to them, and it all at once seem to, as they pop out of the water, the gnomes instantly look completely terrified and look to you to save them from this probably awful fate. So Tam, you did notice them. You are up first.
Do we want to attack, or are we trying to? What are we doing?
That is up to you
Swim
guys.
towards the gnomes. Grab the gnomes and get to shore.
Hey. I'd like to use my. I don't know. I'm so confused. Oh my gosh.
I am a song. Who cares?
Oh.
Do something.
Okay, I would like to persuade them not to attack us by playing them a song.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll persuasion for me. How'd you do?
I got an 18.
Wow.
All right. Let's not use down just a hair. So you play a beautiful, almost haunting melody, and in it with your you play the lute. Is that right?
The pan flute.
The pan flute. So a little, and you sing to them asking for just to be left alone. Do you have a song you want to sing for that, or do you want us to move on?
Yes, I would like to play Can't Help Falling in Love with You as we fell from the skies for them.
Oh. He cocks his head for a second. Looks a little confused. But then back to a vicious scowl as he looks at you and doesn't maybe understand, but liked the melody, but didn't understand the words. All right, Karn. Do you want to try to move the boat or anything? Or are you good where you're at?
I think I'm good. Thank
All
you.
right, Karn, you're up next.
Okay. I guess first order of business is going to be to move the boat a little bit.
Sure, that would be good. I would say with that, are you manning the oar? Are you going to man it along with the crew member?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll man it with the crew member.
Go ahead and just give me a strength ability check.
Okay. And that's an 8.
The two of you working together are able to move the boat a bit. So I'm going to say you can probably move maybe about 20 feet. So that's 4 squares on the map. If you let me know if you can like highlight where you want to be, I'll go move everything there.
Okay. Well, question for you.
Yeah.
Are we using the center of the boat as the...
As long as you use the same tip. I mean, I'll move you about where.
Okay, then I'm going to use the forward part of the ship.
Okay.
So 4 squares. Does that include diagonally?
Yeah, a diagonal will be 1 square.
Okay. Then, if I counted correctly, I would say about here.
Works for me. All right. So I'll still count that as your move if you want to do something else, or if you want to try to move again, you can do that as well.
Let's try to move again.
Okay, go ahead and give me another strength check. Let's see how well you can maneuver this boat.
All right. Get my token highlighted again. 17.
Nice. You guys kind of get a rhythm going. You and this unnamed crew member, who we'll name later if need be, and kind of you're going and you're able to move probably about 40 feet if you want to. You really have momentum. You've figured out the ebb and flow of the ocean, and yeah, where do you want to move there?
Okay. Well, I'm going to move here, just right next to this particular creature.
Right there.
You got it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Fixed. All right. James, you're up next.
All right. So I have a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to fire at this one up here because it looks like this one going to be taken care of by our boy Karn, and I want to attack this one because it looks like the most in danger one that I can reach. So I'm going to fire my crossbow at him.
Cool. Roll to hit. How'd you get? Or what'd you get?
Ooh. I rolled a 5.
Oh, so the boat's rocking a bit. He's swimming in the water. Your shot looks true, but it just comes up short, hits the water. But he definitely has your attention now. He realizes you're there, and you're not going to be the easy prey that he was maybe expecting. You're kind of in the seat also for rowing mostly. Do you want to move the boat at all, or are you pretty happy where you're at?
Yeah, I'm going to get it closer, but I'm going to yell at that thing. Yeah, come on, and then start rowing towards him.
All right, go and give me a strength check.
Yeah. Got a 9.
Okay.
Not great.
So you can move probably about 20 feet on the boat. So
Okay,
just
yeah,
kinda-
just straight towards that thing.
Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put you about there. All right, Ken. You're in the water, and part of your Anatoid ability is you can swim 40 feet, I believe. Let me just double check that. You know, even though we made it up, I still have to double check it. Yeah, we'll go with 40 because you're a good swimmer.
Okay. I swim towards the closest gnome right here
Okay.
and tell him to hop on my back.
All right. Let's see, that's gonna put you about there. He looks at you almost puzzled, but also isn't gonna look a gift duck in the mouth, and kind of hops on your back and wraps his arms around your neck, and
Come with me if you want to live. And
he is with you. He's on your
All right.
back. So at this point, because you're weighed down with a gnome a little bit, your swimsuit is gonna be cut in half. So
in half. He's a gnome.
yeah, but he's still putting pressure down the water.
You don't have them hollow bones.
Yeah, he's a big gnome.
All right. Can I use my second action to swim, or is that it?
You can't. You still have about 10 feet of movement on your first move.
Okay.
Uh,
And do I have room for another gnome on my back?
you could try it. It would definitely make swimming more difficult. Mechanically, I would probably make you do a strength check to stay afloat every time.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Head to shore.
Okay. So you don't see shore per se. The boat that you came on, the Spooky Spaghetti, is over this way.
Peace out, brothers. I
I'm
swim
moving
towards the
everything.
boat.
All right, you're making it. So there is another marrow kind of in your way. The marrow are the large creatures that have popped out of the ocean. Do you want to risk it, go close to him, or try to avoid him as much as possible?
Avoid him.
All right. So you're kind of far now. You're over here. Doesn't seem too worried about you. And with that, these creatures all go. I'm going to start up here in the top. He swims towards the gnome perched up here to the north. The gnome looks very bookish, female, relatively young gnome, and he, while swimming, launches a harpoon directly at her. The harpoon hits her, drawing a significant amount of blood, and she looks kind of rough as it is. And then he pulls on it as hard as he possibly can. And she, for a split second, realizes what's happening and attempts to... oh, that's a great thing to happen. Cool. Just some Roll20 issues. Don't worry about it. Tries to hang on with her life to this plank and fails. She's yanked off, pulled to the marrow, who grabs her just around the neck and disappears under the water, swimming directly towards this deep, deep chasm.
Don't look behind you.
Unfortunately, it looks like that scene might repeat itself again, as up to the north, another gnome, another female wearing a blue cloak, kind of catching what just happened. Her eyes grow wide with fear as the second marrow, as we're all aware that they're called now, launches a harpoon, once again piercing her. And he yanks that one, this time even stronger than before. She doesn't really have much hope at all of hanging on. She tries with all of her might, and it's a great battle. Her fingernails digging in as she's just trying, knowing that she is literally fighting for her life at this point, but fails. And again, pulled towards this gigantic creature. She swims underwater and disappears under the current. Next up, we'll go with this one here. There's a lot of them. If you guys didn't catch the map, there's like 6 of these marrows that have popped out. Almost one for every gnome. Like somebody set that up. Again, launches
Damn
a
you, GM.
Damn me. Launches a harpoon at another gnome with blue hair, a younger male gnome this time. At this point, he's seen what's happened to both of them and almost looks like he's just resigned and he's accepted his fate. The harpoon, once again, pierces into him. But this marrow, for whatever reason, doesn't get a good pull. And there's hope. A little flicker in this gnome's eyes. He might survive. And he holds and holds and holds as the harpoon actually comes out of him, failing to pull him into the water. And he has taken a bit of damage, and he's kind of woozy looking, but he's still on that little bit of wreckage that's holding him up. All right, the one near Karn is going to launch a harpoon at the crew member that is with you. And he's really focused on doing a good job at rowing and impressing you, because they've liked you guys. You guys have been a great addition to their crew. As that harpoon pierces into him, and he looks shocked for a second. Like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. And this marrow pulls with all of his might. And maybe that harpoon just didn't have a very good grasp on him, because it comes loose almost immediately. The crew member looking relieved. Definitely hurt, but relieved. And the marrow just... as he realizes he has failed to capture any prey at this point. This marrow down in the south swims over just a little way and launches a harpoon. Hits that one. Another gnome, realizing what's happening. Oh no. Rolled pretty well. The gnome can't hold on. Another gnome disappears into the depths of the sea. That leaves the one down here with Chime and your crew member and Ken. Chime, this one is feeling a little brave and is going to launch a harpoon right at you. Okay, gets a 23.
Jesus.
Do you think that hits?
Yeah, I think it hits.
Yeah.
Let me roll. Okay, so it does 4 damage. But this one doesn't seem to bite into you like the rest of them have. It kind of caught your cloak and just went up against you. And he pulls it back quickly. He shakes his head and lets out a 4 hit points. And this one, kind of looking around after he launches his harpoon, realizes he's basically surrounded. He also dives under the water. And with that, all of the sea creatures have went. And Chime, it's your turn.
Okay, so Chime is looking around. She's seen several of the gnomes get dragged underwater. At this point, she's thinking, yeah, it's kill or be killed right now. So she's probably going to want to avoid as much of the monsters as possible to try and get to supplies.
Okay.
So I guess with the monster down at the south having already dived under, she's going to start heading eastward towards where the wreckage is that's sinking.
Gotcha. Go ahead and give me a strength check to see how far you can move. 5. Oh, sorry, I should have let you said that. You can move about 10. You're mostly probably focused at this point going over towards that large bit of wreckage with steering the ship as opposed to moving really far.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to use your second action to keep moving?
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay, go and give me another strength check.
This one's a 17.
Oh, nice. Okay, you can
The
move.
adrenaline's getting to me.
Yeah. Having issues selecting everything. There we go.
Run!
And you're wanting to make it to the wreckage?
Yes.
Okay, with
if
the
at all
17,
possible.
you make it nearly there.
Okay.
Really like going, and you've been hurt. It's been a rough day, but you're there. Tam, you're up next, and realizing that these creatures aren't super friendly.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
If I sing a song or play a song, does that count as an action?
It does, and it depends on the intent of what you're doing.
Okay. Well, in honor of all the gnomes that we've lost in this last round, I wanted to play Gnome Member Rain.
Yes. Are you using it to inspire anyone? Or are you just playing it?
It's just an honor.
Just an honor? Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
They did well. We want to honor them. Show our love.
Wow.
I rolled a 23.
So with that, as you want to play Gnome Vember Rain, you play the most bitchin' guitar solo as your hair flows out around you from under your hat. You get up on one leg, perched up, and just on your flute, it is just Slash has nothing on you. If anyone had ever heard of Slash in your world before, just as it resonates out throughout this open sea area. Every player, you guys now have inspiration due to the just perfect timing and amazingness of her rocking pan flute solo. So for those of you that have not played 5th edition D&D before, inspiration would give the player advantage. So instead of rolling 1d20, which is a 20-sided die, they get to roll 2 and take the higher. They just have to tell me ahead of time that they're using it. So every player, you guys have that, to use once. You want to do anything else?
Yes, and now it's time for no more Mr. Nice Flute. Miss Nice Flute? Miss Doreen? I don't know. I'd like to attack the one near us right here
Okay.
with my crossbow.
All right, roll to hit. We'll just say your performance check was a bonus action, just so if anyone is trying to keep up with the rules, if anyone really cares, that's how we're ruling it.
We're not rules lawyers here.
We're not. Fast and loose.
Something happened?
Do you want to use your inspiration?
I do not.
Okay. Do you see your roll there on screen?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take I rolled a 9, 7.
You take the 7,
Okay.
because it rolls twice for you on here.
Oh, okay, my bad. I rolled a 7.
You're kind of out of breath from playing on the pan flute, this like completely badass solo. So your shot to you, it was important, but it wasn't as important as being perched up on heroically on this little boat as you were. If selfies were a thing, it'd been the perfect selfie as your bolt from your crossbow just sails over its head, missing. And with that, Karn, you're up next.
Okay, quick question for you, since the boat is kind of determining our position here. Would I be able to attack from?
Yeah, you're close enough. It's kind of coming up on the boat to maybe attack you next. So yeah, you guys are close enough.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right. Well, in that case, I am going to attack two-handed with my quarterstaff. And that is a 22.
Nice. A 22 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Which one do I set? All right, that's a 4.
All right. You rear back, smack it right in the face with your quarterstaff, and it looks shocked for a second, like maybe it hasn't encountered resistance like this before. And do you have a bonus action you want to use?
With my bonus action, would I be able to attack again?
I think maybe it's not a level 1 thing for monks. Let's take a quick look. I would probably know this. Maybe that's at level 2 you get that ability. Me, Handlebars, do you remember? You were a monk for a while.
I don't. I think the Fury of Blows allows you to do that, but I don't remember when you get that. If it's not on your character sheet, then you don't have it yet.
Yeah, not yet. So, no, nothing else.
All right, then. I am going to end my turn with that.
All right. James, you're up next.
All right. So first thing I'm going to do is a bonus action, and let's talk a little bit about Blood Hunters, because I think that not a lot of people know about this class that the awesome guys over at Critical Role created, and then D&D adopted, purchased from them, what have you. So Blood Hunters like to use blood magic in order to enhance their advantage. If they really want to get into it, they can even give up some of their health in order to do some more powerful blood magic, or to amplify something that's normally a little bit minor. So as a level 1 blood hunter, I know 1 blood curse, and the blood curse I know is the blood curse of binding. So as a bonus action, I can attempt to bind a creature that I can see within 30 feet, and I'm going to say that this one here is within 30 feet from me.
Mm-hmm.
Close. It's close, but I think it maybe.
Yeah, we'll call it within 30 feet.
30.
Okay. That is no more than 1 size larger than you, so I'm assuming that this thing is maybe a little bit larger than me, but not.
It is large size.
It is large, and I'm medium, so that's good.
That is it.
All right, so yeah, I have to. Let's see. I do that with the Blood Maledict, so I use my Hemocraft die, which is a D8 plus. I believe it's my. Sorry, I'm trying to find it here because this is new to me too. It's my Hemocraft die plus my intelligence plus my proficiency bonus. So I'm gonna roll. I need to set a micro up for this before next session. So I'm gonna roll a d8 real quick. That's a 7, which is really awesome, plus my proficiency bonus of 2, plus my intelligence modifier, which is a 3. So that is a total of 12. And I think that goes against, let me take a look at this real quick. Strength saving throw.
Gotcha. 12 strength saving throw. Let's do that with him. He got a 24. He is exceptionally strong.
So I'm imagining this as silver, bright white threads just start to encompass him or it a little bit, and then shrugs it off, and they splinter off and evaporate.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, he's strong. You thought you had him for just a moment, and he just rips out his arms and fins, and they shatter into a million pieces as well.
And I am immediately upset at that. Please remind me, with movement, can I split my movement between actions?
You can. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Then I want to get as close to this gnome to pick him up as possible. So I would like to row towards him.
Okay.
Wait, is it a him, a her? Something else?
That is a male gnome. He has blue hair. Let's show this to our audience at home. I guess more of black hair, pointy ears, young for a gnome, maybe in his 50s, very studious.
Yeah, I would like to row towards him and then pull him into the boat is what I assume would be my action. And then start heading towards this gnome over here.
All right. Go ahead and give me a strength roll to see how far you can move the boat.
Yes, sir. I got a 6.
So with that, you're going to make it about here. And the crew member is able to help the gnome get in the boat on his turn, which is happening at the same time for simplicity's sake. But that's about as far as you can move.
All right. That's all I can do.
All right. Ken, you're up next.
Was I able to get back to the our boat to drop the gnome off?
I think it would take you your full turn this turn to make it all the way back to the boat.
That's what I do. I save the gnome that's on my back.
Okay. I'm going to keep you on the initiative just in case this keeps going a little longer.
Sure.
See, if you want to swim back, you can, but you don't have to, obviously.
I will. So.
You're such a good person. All right. This one this marrow, giant, evil merfolk, sees what's happening and does not like it one bit. He cannot go back empty-handed. He swims over towards this gnome, the one that Chime swam past earlier, and launches his harpoon at her.
At me?
At the gnome. At this male, darker skin, white hair, goggles on his face. Maybe he was like the engineer of the ill-fated ship, but the harpoon pierces through him. He clutches on, screams out, looks at Chime directly. No, don't let him. As he tries to hang on against this exceptionally strong mer person. And he hangs on, he clutches on dearly. It's just not enough. As he screams at you and just says, no! As he is pulled to the mer person, and they disappear underwater, swimming directly towards the giant underwater canyon.
I must say, as a person, I'm deeply upset, but as a character, Chime is not phased.
Oops, that just disappeared. That's fine. Just having one of those. I'll for everybody seeing what I'm doing. That's cool. Let's switch over so they're not looking at the DM part of this. Don't want to ruin behind the screen. Oh, and thanks, Ryan. Ryan is using some of our kernels, our channel points, to remind us all to hydrate. So, guys, everybody, drink up. And everybody in the chat, feel free to use the points. One of the things that you'll notice is people are going to have some silly names. Like the name of the ship is the Spooky Spaghetti. You have the ability to name basically anything in this world. We're building it as we go.
Make it anything you want.
Anything. If you can top
Bring
Spooky
the chaos.
Yes, make my job harder, please. So that disappears. Don't know if that's going to weigh on Chime's conscious or not. I guess we'll have to see. This other mer folk swims up and slashes first at Karn with a claw. Ooh, gets a 25.
Ooh, that is gonna hit.
For 9 slashing damage.
Ooh.
Uses other claw attack on your crew member, which will also hit. And your crew member takes 10 damage. Immediately, because he falls to the ground unconscious, bleeding out. The merfolk gets a devious grin on his face, and that is their turn. But he is the only one left above the water currently. And Chime, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm headed for the ship. I'm trying to get whatever I can get.
Oh, got a posture check as well. Thanks, Danga. Can I call you Danga? I'm gonna call you Danga.
I call them Dango and Rumfa in my stream.
Oh, well, thanks for joining us tonight. Oh yeah, posture check, everyone.
Ugh.
Appreciate that. I'm sure I'm slouching.
Gotta get that back straight. Yeah, so I want to go into the ship and pull out whatever supplies are useful, food, fresh water, anything like that.
How long do you want to spend on it?
How long do you think I have?
That is not for me to tell you.
Great. How long would Chime estimate she has?
Well,
Am I allowed to do like, I don't know, like a perception check or?
so every combat round is 6 seconds. Aside from the one merfolk that's still up, it looks relatively clear and peaceful.
Yeah.
But it is starting to get dark. How about just give me an intelligence check?
Okay. Boy, how smart is my bird? Rolled a 15.
Not long. Not long at all.
Okay. If there's anything in the front there, I'm gonna spend maybe like 2 rounds max getting
Perfect.
that and stuffing it into the little boat that I'm in.
Go ahead and give me investigation then, as you're searching through quickly.
Okay. That's skill check. Investigation. Roll a 6.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Yes, I do.
Oh, what'd you
Oh,
get?
it accidentally rolled twice. Oh wait, no, it didn't. 19.
Okay. So you and Ferenz are going to spend the next 2 rounds grabbing all the supplies close by, especially those that look valuable. So we will handle your turn twice then, or we'll skip you next time, basically, as you're searching. Tam, you're up next. You might be muted.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Got you now.
I'd like to hit this last of these people, these mer people, who have taken away all our gnome friends. So I'd like to hit him with my light crossbow.
All right, roll to hit.
I rolled a 15.
All right, this time you kind of got him. You're feeling pumped up from this amazing song, and that crossbow bolt, boom, right into his back. Go ahead and roll damage.
2. Okay.
You got him right in a point where his armor is heaviest, but it did damage him. Oops,
Well,
I can't
will
math.
take it.
Okay, do you want to do anything else?
I would just like to start playing my flute in the background.
Cool. I'm gonna roll for it. You're just rocking out to November Rain, your new hit.
November.
All right.
Ain't gnome sunshine when she's gone.
Oh. Karn, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to two-handed attack this Marrow with my quarterstaff again.
Okay.
That's a 22.
That hits. Roll damage.
All right. And that's a 2.
Oh. Lets out a resounding crack as you hit some of his face armor, but it still seems to daze him for just a second, and he kind of takes that moment to look around and realize he's the only one left up here, and it's maybe second guessing if this is a good idea for him. Do you want to try to move or anything, or you good?
Well, I'm good because if I move, that'll force me to disengage and he'll have attack of opportunity, won't he?
He would, yes.
Yeah, as much as it pains me, literally and figuratively, since I took 9 damage, I'm going to stay put.
All right. James, you're up next.
All right, so I am gonna pull out my crossbow and fire at this thing. The last remaining one.
All right,
so
roll to hit.
that's a 19.
That hits. Roll damage.
6 damage.
Ooh, he is not liking all these crossbow bolts. They add up quickly. Do you want to move or do anything else?
I don't want to put Tam too close to this thing, and we both have crossbows, so I kind of want to just stay where I'm at.
Okay. So Ken, at this point, you've made it to the ship. You're able to unload your gnome. Do you want to start making your way back?
Can I see any other notes?
From your point of view now, on the ship, there is another gnome, but it is safely on another boat. It looks like the remaining gnomes have all went underwater.
Okay. And, all right, I'm going to charge the remaining marrow as fast as I can, double speed if possible.
Okay, so you're going to spend your next turn to be back on the map. So we'll do that. This marrow, again, looks around, realizes that it's likely in a losing situation. He's just going to have to go back empty-handed. He disengages from your boat, Karn, and then disappears underwater. And you can kind of see, because the water's still relatively clear, he's swimming into this giant crevice. And with that, Chime, you finish your search. You all find a couple of barrels you're able to get back onto your boat. Maybe a crate that looked like it was maybe valuable. Not really sure what it was. You were frantically searching. So with that, are you heading back? What's your next plan?
I've got stuff in the boat. I'm heading back.
The rest of the parties, anyone else staying out here?
I would like to also salvage the ship, but if Tam does not, I will catch a ride back with the boat that Chime is on, or came from.
I respond and say, I will go where you go, James. You protected me. Will you be my friend? Will you be my friend?
That is yet to be seen, but probably.
Okay.
I take that.
Go ahead and give me an investigate.
Who?
And Karn, what about you?
I'm going to say and try to salvage as well. I'm going to signify that by pumping my fist in the air and then go, damn it, remembering how injured I am.
Yeah, you're pretty beat up. All right. You're also able to find a couple of barrels. Not 100% sure what they are. Tam, I don't think you need to roll because you're at this point with James's investigation going really well. You have a gnome and 3 people on the ship. Your ship is pretty full as it is. Your little boat. Not a whole lot else is going to fit on there regardless. So Karn, go and give me a investigation. After a little bit of rowing, you realize the crew member that was on the ship with you has stopped breathing.
An 18.
18. You find a couple of boxes and barrels as well. Water seems like it's relatively calm. Nothing else is happening. The waves are starting to scatter this wreckage a bit more.
Wait, which gnome is no longer breathing?
The crew member that was with Karn. He took a harpoon, was knocked unconscious for a bit, and shortly thereafter, just stopped breathing.
Oh, come on, buddy. Come on.
Hey, what's going on over there?
He stopped breathing. I think this is what we call a not good situation.
Hey, can you stabilize him?
I'm coming.
Kind of benevolent God, aka the DM.
Give me a medicine check as luckily Ken is swimming with all of his might toward your boat.
22.
22. guess at what might be considered first aid, not 100% sure, and give him chest compressions, and you think maybe, just for a second, he breathes in just the smallest bit as Ken makes it to your boat. Ken?
Lay on of hands on that character.
All right. Excuse me. Ken reaches out with a hand, starting to faintly glow with a divine energy, and it touches this crewmate who you think might have just breathed. He's laying there, and Karn, you see the puncture wounds from the trident that he took earlier, and the slash from the claws, just ever so slightly clear up, and he, what happened? What happened? Where?
Got stabbed. That's what happened.
You saved me. You didn't have to do that.
I know. Now get us back to the boat.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Why the devil did all of you engage these creatures and not try to save the gnomes?
I
was trying to
definitely
save
tried to
them.
do that.
You took the gnome I was trying to save.
You all are
Evidence
pathetic.
here. We pulled one in. You're welcome.
All right, I'll see you back at the boat.
All right. The mood on the
Guy's
boat.
got sand in his webbed feet or something.
Somehow the spooky spaghetti did not lose a crew member in this, and you're able to rescue 2 gnomes and get some supplies out of it. Spirits aren't quite as high as they were the night of the second barrel of grog being opened, but all in all, considering this journey, the crew seems pretty happy, and incredibly grateful, especially to Ken, for saving one of their own. On the previous part of the journey, they had definitely, you felt like a kinship with them and felt that they were welcoming you, but now it's even stronger. Like, you guys are, as close to a family as you might be with people that you've taken a cruise with or something. That evening, the captain offers to open another bit of grog. Unless somebody has some objections.
No ejections here. Just make sure you're not still bleeding before you start drinking. It's bad.
No
news.
alcohol in my Christian Minecraft server.
No grog means juice in our world.
Out of the 2 gnomes you saved, one, thank you so much. They call me Meatball, and I just want to say thanks. I was on that boat, and I didn't make it. Obviously, we had a catastrophic malfunction, but you saved me, and I just want to say thank you.
Well, you're welcome, but your job's not done, son.
Oh, yep, that's probably true. But just for now, we're safe, right? Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna make it to land, and everything's gonna be great. And there's all this opportunity, and there could be gold. I really like gold, and I can make.
Right, stop right there.
Okay.
Let me make myself very clear. I don't mind saving people who are in trouble, but if your ways get you stuck into another rut, do not expect me or anyone to come saving you. All right?
Would you
You're
consider
focused on-
invention like that? Would that be? Is that my rut? I didn't invent that. I just helped design it, and I told them they can't turn that quick, but then they turned that quick, and all of a sudden we're starting to spin and spin and spin. It goes woo, and then the water came up real quick, and we almost drowned.
Wait, hold up. You're an inventor?
Yeah, I like to invent things.
You invented
I think
that
you
mechanism?
may be useful to us.
Oh, really? I really like being useful. I didn't invent that. I invent other things. Perhaps you've heard of the Instabrewer. Yeah, it makes beer. It's like a barrel, but it does other things too. I explain it to you, but I don't think you're you're not gnomes and you would understand. But thanks for trying.
Hold up. At first, you had my attention, but now you have my curiosity.
Oh, good. I'm glad we're friends now.
I didn't say that.
No, we friends.
I need you to talk to the captain and explain your skill set, because now that you're on this ship, you must join us in contributing your labor to helping our crew.
Oh, are you the captain now? I really like the captain.
I am not the captain.
Oh, I like duck captains.
Okay. All right. I'm leaving.
Okay, bye. Okay, well, I'm going to go find a place to sleep because I'm really tired. That's like the twirly bird part of it. Yeah, it really scared me. But okay. My name is Meatball, and nice to meet you guys. Okay, bye. Yep, that's what happens when you all name random ass characters.
You know what? I love him. I love Meatball.
Meatball.
Oh,
God. We could name them anything. You tell us to name them anything, so why not Meatball?
Yep, you see what happens, guys in the chat, and ladies in the chat, and non-binary friends in the chat. You can use your kernels, name an NPC, name something, and we end up with a Meatball gnome.
Can we get Meatball the second going in chat?
We don't need new Meatball the second.
Yes, we do.
what about Swedish meatball?
Oh.
Vegan meatball.
Maybe like tofu ball.
Impossible.
Yeah, it's the ball family.
Oh my God.
All right.
You're welcome, Donald.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm sitting on almost 3,000 kernels right now, so
All the names.
Yeah, I'm sitting on like 7,000, so you better watch yourself, Donald.
I am watching myself. So it's a couple of days on the ship then. You all settle into your respective jobs. The previous borderline hazing maybe taught you a couple of things. The crew's happy to take you on and teaching you some of these skills that you likely need for, sailing. Does anyone have anything they want to be doing on the ship, practicing, before we continue to move on?
Kenduckian reading his book of prayer.
Sean wants to look through all the stuff that we got from the gnome ship and see if there's anything shiny in there.
Okay. One of the crates has a selection of gears and gizmos. And it has some type of like membrane, almost like a wineskin, but several wineskins to keep it afloat in case this were to happen. And the wineskins are just full of air, so it's like an animal bladder that they've filled up with some type of air, and that way when it inevitably hits the water, it didn't sink to the bottom, being full of really heavy things. Please don't ask for physics on that. It's probably not accurate. But mostly otherwise, it's some more salted meat and some hardtack, some dried mushrooms, lots of food, and again, some more fresh water, which is a welcome addition to your supplies in your ship.
Okay.
I'm going to find a nice quiet corner whenever I have downtime and meditate.
All right. So it's been hard to keep track of time. Part of the journey is not knowing, and that's acknowledged from the beginning. That they knew the port, you go over the edge of the world, and everyone knew that was happening. But after that, the information that Shmebulok, the wizard who came back to the old world and told of the new world and how it exists and how adventuring parties are welcome to come and how it's a utopia, didn't give a lot of details on the journey itself. And the continent's been unexplored, and even if it was explored, there's no maps. So at this point, the captain is just kind of going blind. From what he tells you, he's doing his best to just head west, but it's difficult to really to know that there's no landmarks. There's the constellation and the stars would typically just tell you where you are in north and south. and there's no real inventions on what to do. So it feels like days, then 10 days, just at sea, and the morale starts to get a little low. Yes, Ken.
I need to talk to the captain.
Okay. Captain Gore, Parley, Ballo. Yes, son. Something I can help you with.
You know those 2 gnomes we brought on board who weren't eaten by the Marrow people?
Aye, that's a meatball. Quite a talker, isn't he?
He's talked to you finally. Has he told you that he's a skilled artificer?
He didn't use those words. He said he was an inventor. Why? Do you think he can help us in some way?
Look, I'm a good judge of character. I got a hunch this guy might be able to devise something that'll help us. I mean, no, I don't know of any ships that have gone this far and have used these constellations that we're seeing from this part of the world. All of this is new to all of us. If he can come up with some kind of astrolabe or something that can help redirect the ship, I'm certain it would be worth our while.
Find him. Give him whatever he needs. If he asks for it, it's on the ship. It's his.
Good deal.
And you? How you holding up there?
Oh no, I think he froze a little bit.
Think he did. The joys of internet games.
Thanks, Cheryl.
What do I do?
You thank the internet creator.
Oh, thanks the internet.
She thanked Al Gore.
Damn you, Al Gore!
While he's locked up, just remind everyone that tomorrow night we're going to play Among Us. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of taking Twitch by storm. I can't imagine you being on Twitch and not seeing it. Really fun. I hope it's fun to watch. It's incredibly fun to play, and I'm looking forward to it tomorrow night. But I think we have Hamed back. So the captain turned to you and said, how you holding up?
I'm fine. I'm concerned with all these green eyes around the ship here. And you saw back there what happened. As soon as we were in the water, rather than save the gnomes, they just started swimming around, either to fight or to salvage parts. I can't believe these people are coming to this continent expecting to stay alive. It's going to be a bloodbath.
What'd you expect? You think the good ones are coming here? These are the outcasts. People no one wanted. If I could still run a trade ship, there's no chance I'd come here. It takes a special person to have a good heart and still want to leave society. But I appreciate what you did. It's tough. You saved a family member.
Well, I think he might be useful to us. I'll go find him for you and try to get off this water. As a duck, I appreciate a pond or two, but this is just too much.
Very well.
All right, and Ken goes off to look for Meatball.
All right. Meatball's hanging out with a gnome friend. They're both talking excitedly, likely in gnomish. Notices as you approach and just looks at you and raises his eyebrows. Doesn't say a word to you.
Hey, meathead.
Looks around. Oh, it's meatball. Meatball. Like a
Whatever.
ball of meat?
No,
a meathead
listen.
would be a head made of meat.
Stop.
In fact, okay.
Listen, I've got something to tell you. I need you to tell me what parts you need to build an astrolabe that meets the parameters of the constellations that are over us right now to help us find land. I've been authorized by the captain to give you whatever you need.
Okay, I'm gonna need some glass lenses and let's see, some gears. Definitely some gears of these different sizes and a metal casing. Oh, and some grog. Yeah, like 2 things of grog.
Why do you need grog?
You wouldn't understand. It's technical information. So the grog, since it is alcohol, is lighter than water, and then it goes in my belly,
Fine,
and it
whatever.
makes me really happy.
What else do you need?
Let's see. Plum weight, that would be really great. Some string, but not the hempen rope. It needs to be tiny and string. So something heavy and string, and some gears and some more grog. Oh, and if you've had like those sausage we had the other night, like they're like real long and they're like they're so good. I would like one of those.
Fine. I'll be back.
Okay, thank you. Oh, you guys. Oh, another hydrate. Hello, everybody. Drink up.
I'm actually craving sausage and mustard right now.
It's so
Oh,
good.
right. Like bratwurst sounds really good.
Oh, with like some horseradish
yeah.
mustard. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Gosh darn right.
And some prime rib steak chips.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
Now, cooking
Anyways,
channel.
become a food stream.
Oh, yeah. So, does Ken search for that evening for the items? Is that
Not very quickly. He kind of takes his time. But yeah, he looks for the stuff and asks around.
doing some basic investigation? You're able to find most of them. But as the night goes on, the ship starts to rock a little bit, and then a bit stronger as you're below deck. And as you're below deck searching for these miscellaneous items, it sounds just like the ship's getting pelted by something. And you can hear just howling, just constant howling. Mini Meatball, what is wrong with you?
Hey, I like to defend my fellow crewmates and say specifically me. Specifically me. I named Meatball. Oh, Mini Meatball.
A Mini Meatball.
Oh, I just noticed that.
All right. I'm going to find all the characters you're attached to and kill them, just so you're aware.
No!
All right.
You can't kill Schmebulok. Ha.
Challenge accepted. All right. All right. Thanks for that, Ryan.
oh, that's great.
One of the struggles as a DM, if people have not DM'd before, is coming up with names, especially whenever the players want to know the name of some inconsequential NPC, which is a non-player character that is probably just going to die or never be seen again. So it's kind of a fun way for us to give them names, and then they're going to get randomly attached to characters. So it's just going to be heartbreaking.
Where if you kill off Meatball, I'm going to be so sad.
Well, I mean, he almost died in the water, which is
you know
fine.
what? That was his own fault.
All right.
Should have been in the water.
The ship continues to rock stronger as the wind gather relatively quickly. You're sailing into a storm, and the storm begins to pick up intensity, and the crew itself seems to definitely be on edge. So much the crew members tell you all to stay below deck, as the storm is worse than most have ever seen, and it just picks up and picks up. The boat is shaking stronger now, and the lanterns below deck that are lighting it up are shaking. It's starting to bang against the side of the ship. And then suddenly, with a great jerk, the ship itself comes to a complete stop. All that momentum that was going forward in your movement just stops. You're not moving. You can hear Captain Gore. What the hell is that? What? Oh shit! Let me follow some directions here. What do you guys want to do?
Karn runs up to the deck to investigate what's going on.
So does James.
So does Ken while holding a sausage and a couple of things of rod.
Does anyone plan on staying below deck?
Time does.
Okay.
So does Tam.
Yeah.
Chime and Tamer below deck. Got it. Oh, you guys are at full health again.
Well, that's a relief.
Okay, let's just verify for our players here. Can you guys all see the ship on the map?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, now I can. It was a little out of focus for a second there.
Yeah, I'm sure no one cares about the technical part of this, but I did high resolution thinking it would look better. I need to make one quick addition. But of course,
Chime and Tam are in the water.
yeah, there's nowhere else to put them right now, so
Just floating in space.
just a chillin'.
Oh.
Just in case this is needed, don't pay any attention to it.
Not ominous.
Nothing's
or
ever
anything.
suspicious when the DM says that.
Nothing. Yeah, I should be better prepared. All right. Your boat has completely stopped as you make it up to the top of the deck and notice large black tentacles gripping the ship. You can overhear Gore Parley-Ballo, captain of the Spooky Spaghetti, just muttering, Spooky Spaghetti. Spooky Spaghetti. I should have named it 100 Whores. I should have named it 100 Whores.
Oh no.
Abandoned ship. Abandoned ship. As he says that, a monstrous head, dozens it seems of tentacles, pop out of the water. Black as a demon's soul. Bright yellow eyes staring at you. A mouth that could swallow a horse in a single bite. As more tentacles seemingly come out of nowhere through the depths of the ocean, battering the ship. Gore turns to you. Abandoned ship. All of you. Abandoned ship. From his belt, he pulls out a small crossbow and a cutlass and runs towards the giant beast attacking his ship. What do you want to do?
So was that yell loud enough for Chime and Tam to hear?
Cham, you guys both definitely heard that.
Yeah, Chime's getting the hell out of here.
All right, let's in that case.
I'm gonna repeat back. Can I repeat back? Abandoned ship.
Yeah, you can learn abandoned ship.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative just to make sure everybody gets a turn and see what happens.
Good.
For reference, I'm running right after Chime.
Oops.
And I guess we should let maybe our audience at home see what we're seeing. And here's this monstrous, gigantic sea creature staring down our brave party. This is what has struck fear into this captain, who has already given the order to abandon his beloved ship. And with that, James, you're up first.
Excuse me. All right, here's what I want to do. So we introduced my blood curse earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I can only affect being at most one size larger than me. However, if I amplify it, I can attempt to. Man, that's gonna. It's against a strength saving throw. I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I definitely want to try it. Okay, so basically, if I amplify it, the curse lasts for a minute instead of a turn, and it does not matter the size of the creature. So the only thing is that I take 1d8 damage. I have to roll my Hemocraft die in order to amplify this. So I'm gonna roll my own damage for a second.
All right.
And try to do this. Okay, so I took 2 points of damage, and I misread it earlier. So it's my Hemocraft DC is 8, is always the 8. So it's the die. So it should be 8 plus 2 plus 3. So that is a 13. Yes, a 13, which had to try it.
Of course.
So that is a bonus action. So that was that I still have my action and move. So for my action, I am going to try and frustrated, I curse at the thing, and then I pull my crossbow from my shoulder and I try to shoot it in its big yellow eye.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
And I rolled an 8.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Can I choose to do it after the fact?
Typically no, but we'll go with yes.
Then yes.
All right, roll damage.
All right. That is 15 damage
Nice.
because I
Nice.
rolled a natural 20 on that
You guys
on that
basically
advantage.
have it dead. All right, you shoot it right in the eye, and as the crossbow bolt, you kind of see it make contact. Realize how just inconsequentially small this crossbow bolt is compared to even this creature's eye. It kind of disappears, and you, without staring at it, you lose where it even hit it before. It'd be like having a gnat in your eye, but if the gnat was somehow even smaller. But that's your bonus action. That's your action. Do you want to move?
Yeah, I'm gonna start running for those boats.
Okay.
Let's see. My speed is 30. I'm gonna run here.
Okay.
That is 30.
All right. Captain Gore is up next with his, and he just runs directly up to the in front of this kraken, and is going to attempt to hit it with his cutlass. And he swings wildly, and it clanks against, the creature's massive body, and doesn't even make the smallest bit of change as he yells at it, and, "Damn you, Mom, why'd you make spooky spaghetti, of all things?" This massive creature's tentacles just start pounding against the ship. 3 of them just... Oops, wrong thing right there. Oh, there we go. Doing massive amount of damage to the ship. I have to do math really quick. Sorry. 92, 36. You can hear the ship already starting to crack and crumble as parts of the side of that boat just starting to tear apart. And the ship even starts to list as it's taking on water from all the different planks that are being destroyed and taken out. The crew members on the ship that are on the surface, one of them, not knowing what else to do, shoots his crossbow at the creature, and it just sails off to the night. And he looks at the captain and says, "I won't abandon you, Captain. Not like this." It walks over next to his captain. The other crew member, not nearly as brave, hops directly in one of these ships and starts to untie it from the boat as you're stopped anyway. Karn, you're up.
Well, I don't think this is a situation that's going to turn out well for us. So, let's see, I've got a speed of 30. I am going to board the leftmost boat.
All right. Anything else?
I'm going to yell in the direction of the captain. Captain Gore, I know it's tradition to go down with the ship, but I don't think you can win this. Come with us. Come, get on the boats.
Ken, you're up.
Ken yells to Captain Gore. "Gore, let it go. Let's get out of here." Does he respond?
There's no response. He is a man possessed. He grabs his cutlass even tighter, just under his breath. "Go. This is my destiny."
Okay, Ken attempts to knock him unconscious and take him with us.
All right, roll to hit.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Yeah, roll a d20.
Natural one.
All right. He's completely focused on this, and you take your hand into a fist and try to hit him on the back of the neck just to knock him out. And he's so focused and so tense, when you make contact, it feels like you just hit a tree trunk. It's maybe hard to tell, but Gore has been at sea for a long, long time and has developed muscles basically everywhere and ruddy skin. Was unsuccessful at that point. You can still move. You have a bonus action if you want to try.
Bonus action, move towards the boats.
Thanks, Dinga. Everybody stretch.
Can't see my arms. Oh well, I guess no
we
one
can't see you guys.
We're on the
Oh,
map.
let's go back to the. We can see you all. I have it on the boat. And chat, let us know. Do you prefer to see us during the situations? Do you want to see the combat map? Do you want to see both? I can switch between. I can even make other screens, but I don't want to. All right. Sorry, Ken. Did you want to move? You said. I think he's locked up.
Move to the boat.
Okay. So you go up and you start to waddle towards the boats. Your speed of
Waddle
20. Yeah.
faster.
Your land speed of 25 as you waddle away from the captain. All right, Chime, you are below deck and you are rushing up, and you're about here. If you can see you on the screen. What do you want to do?
Okay, so yeah, I'm headed for the boats.
Uh,
All the while screaming abandoned ship. Like I'm just going like a siren.
All right. Which boat do you want to go towards? Do you see the three at the south end of the ship?
I do. Let's see. Is Karn's already in that front boat? I'm gonna go to the one closest to me.
Okay. Is it being difficult with moving?
What?
There he goes.
Am I allowed to? Like, can I just hop in, or no?
Let's see. What's your speed? Is it 30?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you can hop right into one of the boats.
Sweet.
All right. So that's your move. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and start yelling at people to abandon ship.
All right. Tam, you're coming out of the same spot. What's your plan, Tam?
Okay. How far away is this creature?
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, about 30 feet from you, and you're about 30 feet from the boats.
Okay. So I would like to cast Vicious Mockery
Okay.
because I was really inspired by my soon-to-be friend James. Will you be my friend, James? And he said he was cursing someone, so I really want to curse people. And I think he's very smart, and I really want to learn from him. I also
God,
find
it's starting, isn't it?
It is starting. I also find Chime very smart, and I learned a lot of insult words from Chime. So I unleash a string of insults like, "You're a bastard!" But along with that, I also scream some enchantments. And what that does, if I can get it to work.
Okay. It's going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Or it's going to get psychic damage.
All right. It seems to comprehend what you're saying, and being called a bastard's not the worst thing it's ever been called in its life, and it's able to shrug it off and just continue pounding the ship. Do you want to move or do a bonus action?
I want to run.
You want to run? Which ship do you want to get in?
The closest one to me.
Looks like that would be the one along with Chime.
Here I go.
There you go.
Hello.
All right, James, you're up. James, you with us? There you go.
I'm gonna look around and see who's still not in boat, and so it looks to me like just Ken, who's right behind me, and Captain and his buddy who refused to leave.
Correct.
And I hear Ken try to drag the captain to the boats?
You heard him trying to convince him.
Don't bother. He's going down with the ship.
Ah, damn it. All right. Okay, I'm going to jump in.
All right.
That's it.
Donald, important question.
Yeah.
Where is Meatball during all this?
Oh, that is a good question.
Come on, Donald.
He was low-key trying to kill him off.
Honestly, I was just seeing if y'all are paying attention. Oh, so I was looking for the token I used for Meatball earlier. So I typed in Meatball, and that's obviously not how it works. So let me... Actually, I'll just copy that.
Can the token just be Meatball?
He's shaped like a friend.
He is shaped like a friend.
Does token just be Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Oh, I think that's going to get into a DMCA issue there.
True, but
we have to avoid those.
I had to try.
All right, Meatball and his little gnome buddy, who doesn't have a name yet, but I have a feeling we're going to use one of the many we've gotten tonight. They realize the commotion is happening, and they pop on out and look around. And they're a little confused, a little not sure what's happening. So the captain's turn next.
But I'm screaming abandoned ship.
Gotcha. We'll get to that.
Actively.
Yeah, and I'm yelling at them if I see them.
The captain is going to, at this point, now that he's closer, attack twice with his sword. This great monstrosity. The first one hits. His second attack. I can't find buttons. It's fine. Also hits. And it doesn't seem like it's having any effect whatsoever on this gigantic beast.
Yeah, no shit.
Next up is this strange monster who is very difficult to identify, but is probably a kraken, who once again tries to hit the ship.
Holy hell.
Yeah. And the ship is now just more or less in pieces, almost. It still has some integrity. As that third tentacle comes down. Oh, thank you. Let me see what Boozehammer's name is. Probably. And with that final attack, the ship starts to crumble and break apart, with Ken and both gnomes still aboard. But the Kraken isn't quite done. As you hear in the thunderous clouds above you, as lightning starts to rain down on the remnants of the ship. Let me get Chomsky. I like it. So these won't be necessarily the next NPC. They will just be in my NPC place, whatever pool, and I'll pull them out as needed.
A roll a dex, if you will.
Do the kids know what a roll is?
That was good.
Aware of it, but I've never seen it.
Oh, you know what? I meant to make that its own layer and I didn't. The captain into the water. Both gnomes into the water as the ship starts to sink.
Not Meatball!
No.
and the ship is crumbling to pieces, lightning raining down from the sky, tentacles everywhere, as it's just complete chaos.
Who has the sausage?
I've got the sausage,
Okay.
damn it.
GM, you son of a bitch.
Can I learn that?
Who has the sausage?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
This crew member looks completely out of his element, scared. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. And starts to swim towards your boats, kind of going through the wreckage of the ship as it's crumbling around him. Karn, you're up.
Okay. Now, with the situation that we're in, are we able to move the boats? Have they been disengaged from the main ship?
The crew member had worked on it on yours. He was doing that. So yours is disconnected from the ship. The other two aren't, which might be an issue here in a second. But yours is fine.
Oh, okay. And just because I was zoomed in on my location when you said it, which crew member was trying to?
You have a crew member on your boat with you. He is...
Well, which one was crying out just now?
Oh, he is... That crew member is up here. If you can see
Okay.
him. Let me switch the map so everybody else can see. This crew member. So now this is just water, and I don't really have a way to make that water. It's just pieces of ship. It's definitely like... If you're trying to move through it, it's difficult terrain, so you're going to go half as fast. If you're trying to get a boat through it, there's a potential to have your boat take some serious damage and maybe sink. Because there's just huge chunks of ship here now.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to try to move toward him, but I'm going to try to move around where the boat would have been.
Gotcha. I'm guessing you don't have water vehicle proficiency.
I do not.
So just give me a dexterity ability check.
All right.
You're not trying to just go fast, you're trying to avoid obstacles.
That's a 7.
All right. You're unable to make any real progress. There's just huge chunks of boat in your way. You slam into one, and maybe front of your boat splinters apart. It's still seaworthy, but you think much more of that, and you're going to be lost to the sea as well. Ken, you're up next. You're in the water about 5 feet behind Chime and Tam's boat.
Okay, Chime and Tam are in their boat, right?
They are.
Okay, everybody on this side of the ship successfully got into their boat, life rafts, right?
Correct.
Okay. Who is the closest to me on the other side of the boat wreckage?
The captain and the unnamed... No, was that Meatball?
I think that was Meatball.
Yeah, the captain and Meatball are about equidistant.
Okay. As a duck, I should be able to dive under then swim under the water, right?
You can, yeah.
I'd like to dive and swim under the water to avoid as much of the debris as possible with one breath and swim as fast as possible towards them.
All right, so you have a swimsuit of 40. With diving, if you basically were to dash, you would make it over to them.
Okay, dash.
That would be your entire turn.
Fair.
All right.
Hop on. No time to explain.
All right, Chime, you're up. So your boat is still tethered to the sinking ship, but you're otherwise in the boat and relatively safe.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna work on either getting us untethered. I have some rope on me, so I don't know if I'm really concerned with trying to conserve the rope. So I think I'm just gonna start. I mean, how is it attached to the boat?
It's tied. The boat itself has a rope, and the rope is tied to part of the boat, which is, you can reach it, but it's starting to sink underwater. And maybe the next 6 seconds or so, it's going to be completely underwater and be more difficult.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to take out my dagger. I'm just going to cut the rope.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's something that you're able to do.
Okay.
Okay, Tam, you're up.
Was she successful in cutting the rope?
She did. I'm not gonna make you roll to cut a rope.
Okay.
So you are free from the boat itself.
So can we? Does anyone else need help? Or where's Meatball? Is he on Ken?
Not yet. Ken has just made it to Meatball and said get on.
What about this guy over here? Is there any way we can help him?
You can try.
I'd like to start rowing towards him.
Okay. So that's
There's
gonna be
space on our boat.
there is. That would be the dexterity that Karn did. So you're able to row pretty well, but you're trying to avoid huge chunks of ship as it's crumbling around you, and parts of it are above water, parts of it are below. It's very treacherous.
Okay, so I rolled dexterity.
Correct.
That was a 13.
Okay, you're able to avoid and make some decent progress. Oh, I gotta do better at layers. So your boat makes it, and just pretend like that's all water. About there. It's slow going, just because of the craziness happening around you, as the storm is still raging as well, making this even more difficult. And I'm gonna say that's your full turn. James, you're up.
All right, so I am going to pull out my dagger and cut the rope
Okay,
before this sinks.
got it.
And I'm gonna start making my way towards the captain.
Okay. I'm gonna say just cutting the rope. I think that's what we did for Chime, was just the full round. Oops, I didn't change over.
Oh,
to
yep, sorry, that
Was
was okay. Yep,
cutting
that's my action.
Yep. All right, so you are now free. The captain, completely lost, realizing his boat is down, swims towards this kraken, and just jabs at it again with his scimitar, or his what I call it before, his pirate
Cutlass.
sword, cutlass. Yeah. Takes a swing, and the first one just bounces against the armor of this gigantic monster. The second one seems to maybe pierce a little damage, and or makes a little progress in hurting it.
X and the chitin
Yes.
sounds like a Metallica song.
Next up is the Kraken, who is going to use his tentacles now to attack, first off, this crew member, and hits him, and just suddenly just grabs him and tosses him to a point that you can't see, as you hear him through the air, no, and he went really far. His second attack is going to be along the gnome, who doesn't have a name, and we won't bother with today, and hits him. And that one, the tentacle just slaps down, and all of a sudden the gnome is just no longer there. Just completely gone. Third attack with these giant tentacles. He tries to hit the captain, which does make contact. Just smacks him against the face, but this captain is tough, and he's seen some stuff. Hits him, turns to Ken. Get out of here now. Captain's orders. That bandit's dead, so he's off there. Karn, you're up.
Okay. Well, I am gonna try to move a little bit closer toward the Kraken as well as the captain, just trying to save his ass, no matter how much he doesn't want to be saved.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that's another dexterity.
Yep, same thing again.
All right. 16.
Okay. Much better maneuvering this time, and the crew member's able to help you. So you're able to move the ship closer towards the captain, but also closer to the Kraken. All right. Ken, you're up.
Okay, take a deep breath. He tells the meatball, and then they dive underneath the ship again to the far side, as far away from the Kraken as possible.
All right. So same deal, the dash. You guys make it about where the boats were before. All right, Chime.
I guess I'm gonna kind of look at Tam, and I'm not really sure what and she's gonna wave. So Chime is not really sure what exactly her plan is. She's the one that's been moving the boat around. I just cut the rope. So I'm just gonna say, please. This is all I can think of. I don't know. Chime's not sure what she needs to do right now. She's looking to Tam for some direction.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm going to go to Tam next then.
So Tam is equally confused and sort of vibing with Chime because would you be my friend, please? I really want to be your friend. So to kind of go with that, she pulls out her pan flute and starts playing "Don't Go Breaking My Heart."
Go ahead and roll for.
Oh my
for
god! When my character is only talking through mimicry, I can't do the Elton John part. Damn it!
What do you want me to roll?
Go and give me a performance check. Just.
Okay. I'm not worried about it. Will you be my friend, please? Please. I would like to use inspiration for this one.
Okay. All right. So you're barely audible above the raging storm that's going on around you, but you successfully play "Don't We Break Apart the Pan Flute," and it's really great. James, you're up next.
I am trying to figure out what is going on. I don't think the captain is going to let us save him, so I am just going to... I'm going to swim over towards... actually, I'm going to call out to Ken. You want to keep swimming or you want on the boat?
Get away from the Kraken!
All right, so I'm just gonna move this way as fast as possible.
All right.
Strength?
Yeah, if you're not going through the ship, just strength.
12.
All right, you move just a little ways away. And the captain, once again, just tries to hit it with his weapon twice. His cutlass, doing small amounts of damage to the Kraken. The storm at this point seems like it's at a fever pitch, lightning all around you. And then at this point, the clouds and from the Kraken unleashes a massive amount of electrical energy. Just a complete lightning storm encompassing the entire area. Just to the left of you, to the right of you, your ships splinter as they're hit by lightning. You feel jolts as all of you take damage from getting hit by lightning bolts. And at that point, everything just fades to black. So we'll pick up again in 2 weeks, and see what happens to our players. Didn't mean to end on another cliffhanger, but
Yeah, you did.
I did.
That was actually how we were supposed to end week 1, but things happened. So 2 weeks.
You underestimated our love of wrestling.
Y'all do
Yes,
love
duck
wrestling.
wrestling.
So that's going to be December 8th. Once again, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Yeah, but join us tomorrow for some Among Us, and then Friday for some Jackbox players. Guys, thoughts? What you got for me?
Yeah.
I'm breaking my heart.
So you're a bastard.
Who has the sausage?
Ken has the sausage.
Who got
So
the
you're a
sauce?
bastard.
Who got the sauce?
Please.
It looks like every player character is trying to figure out and see how they fit into this world. They're trying to understand what their roles and responsibilities are. I mean, Ken came here knowing what his job is. He knows that he's supposed to save people, and that's part of his alignment, part of his religious teaching as a paladin. But I think the others are figuring it out that, hey, we can't do this alone. We need everyone on board. And so that aspect of it, I see it's growing with every episode. All two of them, but
Yeah, well, I hope you guys are having fun, and Chad, I hope you all are enjoying watching us. It
Feel
is
like this is the longest prelude to the story that you want to tell,
well,
and I love it.
it's going to be our story, and I'm really excited to tell it. I have so much fun with you all. You're great players. So yeah, we're gonna hang on Zoom and talk, players and DMs just about what's happening, give them some news and stuff. Kind of keep chatting out from behind the screen stuff, but let them have some information. With that being said, we're going to end our stream tonight. We want to keep these about 2 hours. Number one, it's a commitment for all of us, including our players. I don't want to take up too much time, and I know that watching this for extended periods is the most exciting thing. So we are going to raid someone. Yay!
Thank you, GM.
Thank you guys. I love playing with you all.
Thank you.
We're going to go to Paula Deming's channel tonight and raid her. She's a bit bigger, so it's probably not going to have a huge impact. She's just really great, and I like what she does. She's really having the board game stuff. You should check out her YouTube channel. She does Things Get Dicey, which is sketch comedy based off of board games, so it's just phenomenal. She's an App State alum and knows Jillian, so definitely want to support her because she's really great. So, yeah, I think that's it. Let's raid up. And she's playing The Witcher 3, which, that's a great game. So, yeah, you guys ready to get the raid on?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Good.
Who has the sausage?
Who has the sausage? Thank you guys once again for joining us. We greatly appreciate it, and you all have a great night.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Thanksgiving.
Bye. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, have a good week.